If you're just bored with gaming right now, there is a brand new survival FPS game dropping its closed beta test on March 16th. It's called The Cycle Frontier. Now, this game is a high-stakes PvP VE survival game where pretty much players and AI monsters are going to be a huge threat, where you have this huge risk of you could lose all these things you bring in, as well as you have so much potential profit and excitement to be had throughout playing the game. Now, this does run similar to how Tarkov does, so if you're familiar with that. You have a stash system where you store all your loot. You go into individual runs by equipping your character with what you would need, and if you die, you lose your stuff. If you extract, then you keep your stuff, and you get to build up this economy and progress your character. Now, if you don't like Tarkov, that's okay, because this game plays very differently, but if you do like Tarkov, you will enjoy all the aspects that are somewhat similar. The gunplay is very different. This is kind of like a sci-fi-ish mix of maybe Halo/Apex kind of paired up with Tarkov's premise. Really interesting game. I'd give it a shot if you have not, because I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would the first time around. They've made really great changes since the last beta. It's going to be huge. If you want access to the game, make sure you go to thecycle.game, link in description. You can sign up for access through both Steam as well as the Epic Store. And I will have drops on my stream starting on most likely the 17th. The info will be in my stream when they give me 100% disclosure on that. The time has not been specified yet, so maybe it'll be early, like 1 a.m. on the 17th, or maybe it'll be super late, like 2 p.m. The info will be on my stream. Link in description as well for that, guys. Hope to see you there, and let's jump into what this game's all about. Now, talking about the factions, which is pretty much the main progression of the entire game, there are three. We have the Korolev, we have the ICA, which is over here, and the Osiris, which is that big green glowing area over there. Now, the factions are like the traders for Escape from Tarkov, where your job is to level them up to get access to better weapons and sometimes even meds. So each faction has an armory. The Korolev has their armory right here. And if you press F on it, you can see that there is a variety of different weapons that I can buy when I upgrade my faction level. Now, to upgrade factions, it is super simple. All you have to do is in the top left where you're in the faction armory is look at where you're at. I'm level 1 with the Korolev, and I have 0 out of 100 FP. The FP is the rep, and I obtain rep in one of three ways. One being by selling items to this faction through their vending machine, so I could sell various like armors or backpacks to obtain rep. It's not very much for low-level items. You see I get 4 here. If I go to the faction leader himself, press F on him, I can do the campaigns, which are the main story quests. These go chronologically, and there is a reward at the end when you finish all the campaign missions. It unlocks bonus content that you would not get if you did not do these. So part 1, I have to deliver 1 nickel. I get 50 rep. I get 1 script, which is used in the quarters for upgrades, as well as I get 4,800 crypto marks, which are the currency that we use to buy weapons. And then in part 2 would be locked behind part 1, and then part, we just keep going and going until we finish all of this, and then we'd unlock the next set of missions. And then there are jobs as well, which are located over here, and these are kind of like dailies. They're optional. You see they refresh in a certain amount of hours, and we can do them if we want to for bonus rep, as well as bonus scripts and bonus credits, but they are, again, optional. They're good to pair up with things, but I wouldn't go out of your way just to do them only. And certain jobs and missions, if you press I and go to your objectives, you can actually see over here where items can be found. So compound sheets for one of this first ICA mission is actually found right here. It can be found in any structure or container, so I know I can go anywhere to get those. But certain objectives, like killing creatures, or even going ahead to get certain items, they'll say you can only find these in X container, and now you know where to get them. Makes your life a lot easier. They kind of changed the loot spawn in the maps, so that's something to worry about. And then ICA, over here, you do the same thing. You get your missions, and you get your vending machine as well as your jobs. And the Osiris, same thing over there. Those are the three factions. That is your main goal early on, is to help yourself build some sort of stash and level up those factions by doing their jobs and their campaign missions. Inventory in the cycle is very simple. All you have to do is press I or tab when you are outside of one of the runs to see your stash. Now, over on the left side, this is my stash, and the amount that I can hold is based off of stacks of items. So you can see over here, I have 27 out of 85 slots taken up, and every stack just takes up one slot. This can be upgraded in the future. So in the quarters, I can upgrade how many items I actually can hold in here. But for now, this is my starting limit, and anything that's in here, I keep when I go into a run, because nothing on this left side will actually go into a run with me. It stays behind. That's how you accumulate wealth and build up, I guess, a lot of riches inside of your stash. On the right side, this is my character's loadout. Everything I have on me will actually go into a raid. So whether it be my SMG that I have on me or my build-a-log, these weapons will come in. Changing up my armor, my helmet, my backpack. All these things will be going in, as well as the items in my backpack. So on the right side, all of this is based off of weight. So it doesn't matter the slots. It'll keep giving you more slots as long as you have not hit the weight limit. So all you have to worry about is how much weight you're actually holding right here. So say I have 55 out of 200. And when I add things like a SMG, it takes up one slot, but 50 weight. Super heavy to hold guns and armor in your backpack. Same thing, and backpacks are heavy as well. But you can hold a lot of items unless you get a lot of options when it comes to thinking about how to fit things inside of your backpack. The safe pockets is a really cool concept. This is similar to Tarkov's Gamma container, where anything you put in here, you will not lose if you die. My armor, my helmet, my backpack, my guns, all this is gone when I die, but the safe pockets, those are not. So something really cool, you can upgrade the amount of slots that you can have for that as well, or the weight that it holds in the quarters. We'll talk about that later on, but that is pretty much the main system broken down. And yeah, just be careful, because meds and grenades weigh a lot, but they are very useful. Okay, now the quarters is located right over here. The launch terminal's there, and this is the quarters. Inside of the quarters, you have a variety of upgrades, as well as cool stations. So, starting with income generators, you can generate 3 different types of income here. One is a daily loadout, where you get the chance to upgrade this to get even higher tier loadouts, like blue or green or purple loadouts, which is really, really cool. It's kind of similar to like being able to scav in Tarkov to get loadouts for free. There's also a crypto point generator, which is that free currency that you use to buy weapons in the game. That can also be generated over time, where you can generate them faster and have more capacity. So kind of like Bitcoin farm, where I can get items over time, or get money over time and just generate it passively while just being having an account, honestly. Now, there's crafting in this game at the crafting bench. This is located pretty much right behind the quick shop. Again, I can't show this because of the bug with the starting quest for this playtest for some reason. But pretty much in here is where you're going to craft purple level mods like sights, or we're talking about converters to make your guns better at killing high tier monsters. We also can craft in here various armors. How you're going to reliably get green and purple and blue armors is through this gear printer. I wish I could show you guys this. They have changed it since the last beta, so it is different. I'm sure you can look at this and figure it out. It's very simple. You can pay to skip crafting times. There are crafting times that requires you to find certain mats, as well as have certain parts from sometimes creatures, like parts from marauders or crushers or even striders. So be on the lookout for that. I will make an updated video on the crafting when that does hit the live servers for the closed beta 2. But for now, that's what I have to show you. The quick shop is located right across the launch terminal, and this is where we're going to be buying the majority of your guns, ammo, and meds early on. So if you press F on the shopkeeper, you can buy starter backpacks as well as starter weapons. You can get ammo for all weapons, as well as you can get different armor. So there's, you know, regular body armor, you have helmets, you have tack helmets, as well as tack shields. Now, the tack helmets and shields let you get more stamina, but they have less protection overall. You can see I have 7 armor here, as opposed to 10 over here. Now, consumables are going to be your meds and your grenades, utility things, as well as tools or the mineral scanner, which helps you find the minerals early on, especially if you're new. And attachments go on a variety of weapons. You can buy different optics. You can buy magazines, grips, pistol grips, flashlights, stocks, all these things to help you mod your gun out. So anything that you want to buy, you can purchase. And to mod a weapon itself, all you have to do is press I. You're going to middle mouse click on any gun that you want to, so the middle mouse button right there. And then all you're going to do is drag or right click the items onto the weapon, and it'll mod it like that. So the sight makes it easier for me to aim down, as well as this muzzle brake reduces recoil, and so does this grip to make my gun easier to shoot. That's pretty much the quick shop. Very simple. And you can't actually sell in the quick shop, so if you want to sell, you need to go to one of the faction armories to again sell, like I showed you earlier, to gain some rep for those factions. And over here is the launch terminal. Now, the launch terminal is how you go into a game. You can also skip this by just hitting play, deploy, and then this brings you to the terminal anyway. So there are 2 different maps currently. There is Bright Sands as well as Crescent Falls. Bright Sands is less players, and there is no Crusher mob type on Bright Sand. In Crescent Falls, there are Crushers, and they are really annoying to kill if you don't have full gear. But for now, I would be sticking to Bright Sands early on. There's more players in this map, they're more geared. The map is also harder to get around, but Bright Sands is a lot easier, very beginner friendly, and this is where you'll be hanging out early. Now, when you do go to a map, it's going to give you the option to either salvage or insure your gear. I don't want to talk about these right now because they have changed them. If you like hover over the eye, you like get to see what they're all about. I don't know if they're going to change this before this goes live for the beta, so I want to like leave this alone. If they do change it, I want to give you wrong info, so I'd make sure that you read this little info thing when you do see it go live for the closed beta. I don't want to give you the wrong info, but you can insure gear. There's like a way, like if you die, you get a payout, so that's how that works. And then you can party up if you want to, queue it up, and just load into the map, and then it'll drop you right into an active map or a brand new one. Guys, that was the guide. I hope you enjoyed. We are approaching 30,000 subs. Thank you guys so much. Again, we have drops on my channel, live on my Twitch on the 17th. All that will be confirmed on my stream the second I get the go-ahead to confirm those times. If you want to see more content for the cycle, we'll have tons of that on both my stream and the YouTube, as well as Tarkov content on both of those channels. Hope to see you guys around. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.